YouTube? It's Wavy Fitness coming at you with another video today. And today I want to talk to y'all about something. I was in the gym the other day working out, and this guy came in. You can kind of tell that he was new to working out. He was kind of looking around, see what everybody else was doing, I guess to try to pick up different exercises to do. So me and my boy was over there bench pressing on the bench, working out, and you can tell that he was kind of looking. After we got done with that, we moved on to the next exercise, and he went over to the bench and tried to push around the same weight as what we were pushing. I wanted to go over there and say something, but I didn't feel like it was my place. So I just kept an eye on him. You know, me and my boy was just keeping an eye on him to see if he can handle the weight. Long story short, I believe he was benching, he had a 45 and a 25 on each side. So what is that? 45, 70, that's 140 plus 45, like 185, give or take, if my math is right. I can't think right now. So yeah, he took it off the bench, and as he was coming down, you could see that he was struggling. So we ran over to help him out because he couldn't get the weight up, and so he was struggling. We helped him put it back on the rack. We didn't say anything to him or even try to make him feel bad, because we know how it is. We all been new. This is what I keep trying to tell y'all. We all had to start from somewhere, right? And one thing that I even noticed was, first off, the first thing that he did wrong was he put too much weight on there. The second thing was his form was totally off, right? So when you bench press, you need to bench press a certain way. Like, you have to set up your body a certain way. You need to bring the bar down to a certain point. And I'll teach y'all that in another one of my videos. But yeah, like, he started off wrong, but I didn't feel like it was my place to say anything about it, and neither did my boy, because he's a grown man at the end of the day. So it's kind of one of those gray areas where you don't know how to approach the situation. Another situation that I've seen recently was this other guy who's been coming to our gym for about 2 months, right? And me and my boy, I've been in the gym working out for about 6 years. I started in 2013, and the dude that I work out with, he's been working out for over 20 years, right? So I'm pushing a certain weight, my boy's pushing a certain weight as well. My boy may push a little bit more weight than me because he's been in this a lot longer, but you know, we go back and forth and we kind of compete. So this new guy comes in, well, he's been there for about a month, and he's always watching us, and me and my boy were always laughing, joking, going back and forth. So, you know, he hears the conversation, and sometimes he'll jump in and start laughing, and of course we're going to include him because we don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable or excluded at all. Now, I'm not at Planet Fitness at this point. I know a lot of y'all think I work out at Planet Fitness. I don't. I just make beginners workouts at Planet Fitness because that's where I started at. But this was at another gym, and so there was one day when we were doing squats, and so of course we pushing weight with squats. So I went first, my boy went next, and then he comes over, he's like, can I come and squat with y'all? And I'm looking at my boy like, I don't know if he can handle it, but we'll let you jump in. And then we ask him, how much weight do you want? Do you want the same weight that I'm doing? You want to go down? You want to go up? You want to do the same weight that my boy's doing? And so he was like, nah, I want the weight that Wavy got. I said, okay, cool. Now, I'm squatting some weight though. Don't get it twisted. My boy, he just, you know, he a bigger dude than me, and he been doing it a lot longer, so he squats a little bit more. So he's like, yeah, let me have the same weight that Wavy has. So he gets under the squat bar, and I don't mean to laugh. And I'm like, bro, you need to, actually, no, I didn't say it. My partner said, do you need a spot? He was like, nah, I got it. And so he takes the weight off the rack. So my boy gets behind him anyway as a precautionary, you know, that's something that you should do when you're working out with anybody. You should always have a spot, especially when you're squatting heavy weight. I always got a spot. I always spot my boy and vice versa, but I guess he thought he could do it on his own. My boy, being smart and he's experienced, he knew to stand behind the guy. So he takes it off the rack, he comes down, and you could see his legs shaking. I'm like, oh shoot. And then my boy's like, yo, I got you. He's like, nah, I got it. And then he goes down and he locks out. And he can't get the weight back up. So my boy has to help grab him by the waist. Pause, no crazy stuff. But he has to grab him by the waist and help him up. So at that point, you could tell that he looked like, oh man, I can't believe I couldn't do it. And my thing is, and I tell y'all this story just because I want y'all to know that y'all have to start from somewhere. Don't jump out the window when you first start. You're not going to be able to handle as much weight as somebody who is experienced, who's been doing it way longer than you. It may look like lightweight to you until you under that bar, until you benching, or until you're squatting or deadlifting that weight. It's all weight and it's all on you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't have that much pride and look at somebody that you could be, because I'm 215, right? I'm 5'9", 215. And then this dude was probably 6'2", 270 pounds or something like that. So I guess he thought since I was smaller than him, shorter, and weight-wise, that he could do the same weight that I could do, but that's not the case because I've been doing this for 6 years. So I guess he felt some type of way. You could tell that he had a lot of pride and a lot of ego. But at the end of the day, it's not something that we judged him off of. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling y'all this story just so y'all can understand. Like, do a weight that's comfortable for you. I started off with baby weight. I keep telling y'all that. I didn't start off benching 200 or something pounds. I started off with 90 pounds. That's what I started off with. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. And that's why I'm making these videos. I see a lot of different things at the gym all the time. And I'm going to give y'all an example. So I'm not just going to talk about old boy, right? So the first time that this is the first time that this ever happened, right? So I was at the gym last week and I was going through a lot, you know, in my personal life. So I had a lot on my mind. And everybody that works out knows that working out is like 80% mental. So you have to be in the right mind state. Even if you do have a lot of anger built up, you need to, you know, it needs to carry over to your workout. Like, you can't focus on that. You need to focus on the weight. But yeah, I had some things going on in my personal life. So I believe we were squatting probably like 350, right? This is with free weight. This is not the Smith machine. This is with free weight. So I throw 315 on there. And my boy knows what I'm capable of. He knows that I can just throw it up easily. At least get like 2 to 3 reps or something like that. Right? Which is still pretty good. It's not super heavy weight or anything like that. But I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I just want to be in shape. So, so I have the plates on. And my mind is just in a whole different place where it shouldn't be. So I take the weight off the rack, and as soon as I pull it, I'm like, oh man, it feel mad heavy, but it's too late now. So my boy's behind me spotting me. So I come down, and I come down a little too far. I was stuck. So my boy tries to lift me up, and it's like I totally dropped the weight. So it's my weight on top of the 315. And I'm 215 and 315. That's like 600 pounds that he had to try to lift up. So I ended up dropping the weight. And that's the first time I've ever done that in my life. So for somebody who's experienced like me and that's been working out, I'm trying to get y'all to understand. And that's how I messed up. I don't know if you can see my hand. I busted my knuckles right here. Even I'm a little ashy. That's how I busted my knuckle. I dropped the weight on my hand. Thank God I didn't break anything or anything like that. And I just want to let y'all know, it does happen to the best of us. It does happen to the best of us. It happened to my boy one time as well. Like, he a big dude, 250, kind of like my pops, all muscle. And he lifted the weight one time. He's like, yo, Wavy, come get it. And, you know, I had his back. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why you have a workout partner. But I'm telling y'all these stories to motivate y'all. And another thing is, I want to focus on form. So with chest or with back, I want to show y'all how to get the form right and how to do things properly. What weight to start off with, and then eventually work yourself up. But that's pretty much it. To Wavy Fitness checking out. Make sure you comment, like this video, subscribe. Deuces.